Hello friends, welcome back to Dream Big with me. Today we are going to learn about rocks. Under the topic of rocks, we are going to cover about rocks, the rock cycle and fossils. What are rocks? A rock is a natural substance composed of solid crystals of different minerals that have been fused together into a solid lump. The minerals may or may not have been formed at the same time. What are the types of rocks? All rocks can be classified as igneous, sedimentary, or metamorphic rocks. The rocks in each group share certain characteristics that we can use to identify and classify them. Igneous rocks. What are igneous rocks and how are they formed? Igneous rocks are formed when hot, melted rocks, magma or lava, cool and turn solid. When magma cools under the Earth's crust, the rock forms with crystals because the magma cools slowly, allowing the crystals to form. When lava cools above the ground, the rocks are shiny and glossy, but some have tiny holes from which gas escapes lava. The rocks that are formed above the ground by lava have no crystals because the lava cools fast above the surface. What are the types of igneous rocks? There are two types of igneous rocks: intrusive igneous rocks and extrusive igneous rocks. These are some examples of igneous rocks. Rocks. Intrusive igneous rocks. What are intrusive igneous rocks and how are they formed? Intrusive or plutonic igneous rocks form when magma remains inside the Earth's crust, where it cools and solidifies in chambers within pre-existing rock. The magma cools very slowly over many thousands or even millions of years until it solidifies. Slow cooling means the individual mineral grains have a very long time to grow, forming a rock with large visible crystals. What are the types of igneous rocks? Some types of igneous rocks include silts, dikes, and batholiths. Extrusive igneous rocks. What are extrusive igneous rocks? Extrusive or volcanic igneous rocks is produced when magma exits and cools as lava at or near the Earth's surface. Exposed to the relatively cool temperatures of the atmosphere, the lava will cool quickly, meaning that the mineral crystals will not have much time to grow. This results in a rock with very fine grained or even glassy texture. Hot gases are often trapped in quenched lava, forming bubbles or vesicles. What are the types of extrusive igneous rocks? Some examples of extrusive igneous rocks include pumice, obsidian, andesite, and rhyolite. Rocks. Sedimentary rocks. What are sedimentary rocks and how are they formed? Sedimentary rocks are formed when pieces of sand, shells, stones, and other materials collect in layers. Over time, the layers are compressed and the particles are cemented together to form solid rock. Sedimentary rocks are fairly soft and you can often see the particles in them. What are the types of sedimentary rock? Some sedimentary rocks are conglomerate, limestone, sandstone, and shale. Metamorphic rocks. What are metamorphic rocks and how are they formed? Metamorphic rocks are formed when igneous or sedimentary rocks are changed by high temperatures or heat and high pressure under the surface of the earth. Heat or pressure can cause the rocks to change or undergo a metamorphosis. The rocks that form have their own characteristics. What are the types of metamorphic rocks? Some examples are marble from limestone, slate from shale, and quartzite from sandstone. The rock cycle. All rocks change from one type to another over and over again in an ongoing process called the rock cycle. This process takes over place very slowly over thousands or even millions of years. The rocks change in different ways because of the different processes that act on them. This diagram shows the formation of the rocks. Fossils. What are fossils and how are they formed? Fossils are the preserved remains or traces of ancient organisms. Fossils are the not remains of organism itself, they are rocks. A fossil can preserve an entire organism or just part of one. Bones, shells, feathers, and leaves can all become fossils. Fossils can be very large or small. Preserved remains of fossils Preserved remains become fossils if they reach an age of about 10,000 years. The, some of the oldest fossils are those of the ancient algae that lived in the ocean more than 3 billion years ago. What type of rocks contain fossils? Sedimentary rocks often contain the shapes or remains of plants that lived millions of years ago. These remains are called fossils. So this is a picture of a dinosaur fossil and this is a fish fossil. If we want to teach a real peace in this world, we should start educating children. By Mahatma Gandhi. Thank you. Please like and subscribe the video. Bye bye.